Today, we're going to get into the wild tale of Dudus Cope, the Jamaican powerhouse who once held the world in his palm. I'm going to walk you through his rise to fame, how he gained his power, and then how he lost it all. See, criminals like to use the slogan crime pays, but the truth is that a life of crime only gives loans. What's up, thrill seekers? Good to see you return for another Viral Outlaws, where every story is an adrenaline rush and every character is a legend. Let's get into it. The rise and fall of Christopher Dudus Cope. Born Kingston, Jamaica, 1969. Christopher was born with a silver spoon in one hand and a Glock 40 in the other one. His early life was twisted and confusing. See, he went to upscale private schools with the children of Jamaica's elite, while at the same time he was learning the brutal trade of drug trafficking, mixed with the touch of ruthlessness at the knee of his father. His father was the legendary Lester Jim Brown Cope, who was the undisputed leader of the notorious Shower Posse gang. It was a family business steeped in violence. Dudus grew up in a chilling mix of luxury and bloodshed. At the age of 17, when he should have been learning to drive, tragedy struck when his sister Mumpy and her husband were gunned down in 1987 when a drug deal went wrong, leaving a teenage Dudus heartbroken. Then, only a few years later in 92, his older brother Mark Jati Cope met a similar fate. While leaving the family liquor store, he was gunned down riding his motorcycle through town. And just 2 weeks later, the Grim Reaper would visit a third time. He say he comes in threes. So only 2 weeks later, the Grim Reaper would visit a third time when his father, Lester Jim Brown Cope, died in a mysterious prison fire. Many suspected it was a paid assassination that prison guards just couldn't seem to resist. This tragic turn of events left young Dudus numb and his heart cold. It also left him at the head of one of Jamaica's largest and most dangerous gangs, the Shower Posse. Dudus vowed to make his family's name even more feared than before. Dudus wasn't just a ruthless gangster. In the poverty-stricken Tivoli Gardens, his base of operations, Dudus wasn't just a ruthless gangster. In the poverty-stricken Tivoli Gardens, his base of operations, he became a twisted version of Robin Hood. He showered the community with cash, created jobs, and even built a recreation center. Some even say he built a hospital. I'm not sure if it was more of an urgent care, but that's what they're saying. This earned him extreme loyalty, turning Tivoli Gardens into an impenetrable fortress, and the Jamaican law enforcement wouldn't even think about entering without calling ahead and gaining permission. From 1993 up into 2009, Dudus' power and wealth had grew unchecked. They controlled the area. They set up shop in the US, New York, New Jersey, Florida, all the way to the UK and Great Britain. Caught the attention of the United States criminal justice system, and y'all know they don't play. Federal agents sprang into action and requested his extradition on drug trafficking charges. The Prime Minister at the time, Bruce Golden, fearing for the unrest that Dudus' capture might ignite, he refused. He said, no, we're not sending them. But under the mounting pressure from the US government, he eventually gave in. The news sparked chaos, and Kingston descended into a war zone. As Dudus' supporters and the Shower Posse, they armed themselves and they took to the streets in unrest. Bloody battles all over Kingston. For days, there were countless shootings and fire bombings. The Jamaican police and the National Guard were battling armed gangs on multiple fronts. When the smoke finally cleared, a trail of 74 were left dead and countless injured. Dudus had actually evaded capture during the war, but eventually planned to surrender himself to the US Embassy. But he was captured at a roadblock while disguised as a woman. Dudus had seen enough bloodshed and watched his most loyal friends die, and his community had been turned to rubble. After his arrest, Dudus said, "I take this decision for I now believe it to be in the best interests of my family, the community of Western Kingston, and in particular the people of Tivoli Gardens, and above all, Jamaica." He was quickly extradited to the US. After his extradition, Dudus was held at the New York City Metropolitan Correctional Center, and on August 30th, 2011, he pleaded guilty in front of Judge Robert P. Patterson Jr. to racketeering, conspiracy to traffic marijuana and cocaine, and assault in aid of racketeering. On June 12, 2012, Dudus was sentenced to 23 years in prison. He is currently being held at Fort Dix Federal Correctional Institute with the release date of January 25th, 2030. Dudus' legacy remains a source of debate. Was he a monster who exploited his community while building a criminal empire? Or was he Robin Hood, providing for those that the government neglected? Will he truly turn his life around upon release? Or will the allure and power of the drug trade prove too strong? Only time will tell the final chapter in the saga of Christopher Dudus Cope, Thanks for watching to the end, guys. Be sure to follow, be sure to comment, and subscribe for more Viral Outlaws.